Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and today we're going to be talking about a topic that no one's really talking about in the NHL. Does age actually matter? Does it matter? Because we're seeing a lot of older players having a ton of success, and maybe the league needs to adjust. Yes, you heard it right. I'm saying maybe the league needs to adjust. Let's get into this interesting topic. We're going to hit the promo and get into it. So glad you're here. Hey everyone, my name is RevTrev. I'm from Kempner Canucks, creator, author, and I don't know, the guy who runs it. Tonight's topic is going to be, I love doing NHL content, by the way, passionate, realistic, and honest. The big question for tonight is, does age actually matter in the NHL? Are teams too focused on youth while missing out on huge experience? It's a good topic, isn't it, everyone? It is a very, very good topic, in my opinion. Glad you're here. Hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to dive into this. We're going to dive right into it. It's saying that my internet is slow. I'm going to turn off a whole bunch of things right now as we're sitting here, just so I don't start glitching out. We're going to start turning everything off. Okay. Everything's going off. Okay. Hopefully this will help. All right. Let's dive into it. By the way, post in the comments what you think. That would be fantastic. And we'll go from there. The Washington Capitals, okay, are the oldest team. They were the oldest team in the NHL, and then they were first in the Eastern Conference this season. Think about that for a moment, everyone. Everyone's trying to get younger. Everyone's trying to do so much better, all that kind of stuff. So the question is like, now you're saying, well, they're not in the finals and they didn't win the cup. It's like, well, I mean, you want to be a contender, right? That's what you really, really want to be. It's absolutely crazy to think about. This team is so old and they were first in the East and they had every opportunity to win it as well. Like, not every player has to be older, but we throw away and we cast away all these players, and here we are. They're having tons and tons of success. Like, it's insane how much success is going on. Crazy, absolutely crazy what's going on with their success. And a lot of people are going, yeah, well, you know, it's age. Like the youth movement is the way, and I get it. I get the argument. I get the logic. It makes sense. But sometimes I think we're passing over these older players and don't understand the power and the importance of veteran presence and experience. Now, we're going to go through a whole bunch of scenarios here, but let's just talk about the one that happened this playoffs and this finals. You're seeing a guy like Brad Marchand is 37 years old and he's dominating in the NHL playoffs. Like, literally dominating. Scored 2 goals in Game 5 versus Edmonton Oilers. Like, think about that. You have all these young guys. You have all these guys that have some experience. But, like, I think he has like 12 or 13 finals goals. That's how effective Brad Marchand has been. By the way, if the playoffs, if the series only goes to 6, is Brad Marchand going to win the Conn Smythe? Not Conn Smythe? Yeah, Conn Smythe. Is that right? MVP. Why am I glitching out? Conn Smythe Trophy is most valuable players during the league's Stanley Cup playoffs. That's right. Okay, I thought I was losing my mind there trying to remember. My apologies. Would he win it? I mean, he's got to be in the conversation, right? He's totally got to be in the conversation at 37 years old. Speaking of which, go to the other side, okay? Corey Perry. Corey Perry, everyone. We're talking about this guy has been in 6 Stanley Cup finals. Some of you are like, well, how many did he win? Well, I would have been happy with 6 Stanley Cup finals with any one of our Canucks teams. Like, seriously, that is absolutely bonkers. You know, you've got a lot of older players in the league, and then you got guys who are dinosaurs who just don't. Like, think about Jaromir Jagr. How long did he play at a high level? Corey Perry is playing at a high level at 40 years old, the big 4-0. That is like an 80-year-old. Oh, no, maybe not in real life. No, it's probably like a 65-year-old. He's retired. He's supposed to be in retirement. Maybe he's like 60. No, maybe he's a 70-year-old player. Should have retired 5 years ago. Still playing. That's what Corey Perry is. Doesn't matter what you believe about him, what your opinion is about him, whether you like him or not. At the end of the day, let's give him some credit that at 40 years old, he's not just playing on this team, he's contributing. And some would argue he's been one of, if not the best, Edmonton Oiler in the playoffs. No, let's just say the finals. Say the finals. Maybe. I would still give Draisaitl and McDavid a little bit of a nod. After that, is it not Corey Perry? Wow. 40 years old. Speaking of almost 40, Alexander Ovechkin is 39 years old and just beat Wayne Gretzky's goal record by scoring 44 goals this season, everyone. 44 goals. That, to me, is absolutely bonkers. Bonkers, man. Like, oh, this is nuts. If you think about how good this team has been, and then think about how he just broke Gretzky's record by scoring 44 goals. Absolutely nuts, if you ask me. Like, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, is he going to play? It sounds like he's going to play next year. He's trying to get to 900 goals, everyone. Another guy should be retired, not retired. It's just absolutely nuts. I mean, some people are just freaks of nature. I think Alexander Ovechkin is one of those guys. I think LeBron James in the NBA is one of those guys. But part of it is it's starting to become more common that some of these players are just amazing. Like, Jaromir Jagr played in how many generations of hockey talent? Like, it is wild to think about. Speaking of Ovechkin, you can't really speak of Ovechkin without talking about Sidney Crosby. 37 years old, just scored 91 points. That was 10th in the NHL. 10th in the NHL, right? So that's crazy. By the way, Ovechkin, going back to Ovechkin for 1 second, those 44 goals, he was 3rd in the NHL this season. Say what? And then Crosby goes and scores 91 points as a 37-year-old? Guys, even not the elites. Mark Giordano and Brent Burns are 40 years old and still playing important minutes on their team. Think about that for a second. That is just so mind-blowing to see these players. Like, it's like once you get past 30, it's like, okay, they're coming to the end of their career. Some of them don't even make it to 30. I'm just sitting here thinking about I mean, I don't know why you tuned into this video, but like, aren't you just sitting here amazed at the high level. Like, we're talking about the fastest league in the world other than NASCAR, okay? Without any kind of motorized anything, okay? The fastest league in the world, the hitting alone, the speed alone that has changed in the last 20 years. They're still playing. 40 years old. So is it age over beauty? Does it have to shift a little bit more? I get you need younger players. I get you need the speed and the skill, but you know what they do lack is experience. You say, oh, those other guys, they decline. Yes, that's true. Younger guys decline too. Younger guys can't handle the pressure. Younger guys, you're like, well, they don't have the injury record. True. But guess what? They get injured too. And some of these older guys have figured out how to miss significant injuries by the way that people come in for hits. They've got that experience. Maybe they've just been lucky. Who knows? All I know is that this age decline might be a thing of the past and it's overrated. The training that happens nowadays, the knowledge about the body and how even food and exercise and all of that stuff, mental health, I'm just telling you right now, that is massive. Absolutely massive. Okay? Crazy to think about. Maybe it's age before beauty. Let's just think about it for a moment. Don't just poo-poo this idea, okay? All the negative Nellies out there. Oh, RevTrev's lost it. He's getting older. He's losing his mind. He's going senile, or he's got dementia. I'm thinking clearly right now. Thinking clearly. Just raising a point. Speaking of my last point, I want to get into your comments. Looking forward to connecting with everyone. Let's talk about free agency for a moment. Let's talk about Matt Duchene, John Tavares, and Brock Nelson. They're all 34 years old and looking for 3+ year deals. Would you spend money to bring in their experience? I'm just telling you right now, if John Tavares, Matt Duchene especially, well, Brock Nelson just signed with the Avalanche, so we'll just take him out of that picture. If we got Matt Duchene or John Tavares to solidify our maybe 1C or 2C position, think about that. I am like sitting there going, I'm in, because this management group for the Vancouver Canucks is not interested in rebuilding. They're interested in making the playoffs and contending for a Stanley Cup. That is what they're trying to do. They're trying to make Quinn Hughes happy by having success here. That's what's going on. Brock Nelson just signed at 34 years old a contract, guys, that buckle up, $7.5 million for the next 3 seasons. He's got a no-trade clause for this season and next season. And then after that, he's got a modified no-trade clause, 15-team no-trade list. Basically saying there's 15 teams in the league that I don't want to go to. I get to pick out of them. You're saying, well, Colorado's a great example. Landeskog, injured, massive injury. I mean, he's come back. We'll see how he plays. 32 years old. The Avalanche are not afraid of this age bracket. In fact, they're saying that's good. I mean, I know Cale Makar is only 26, got him for, until 2023 locked up. That's great. Here's the other thing. This blows me away. I've been talking to so many Leaf fans about what's going to happen in the offseason. John Tavares, everyone. I just want to bring this up for a second. John Tavares, at age 34, just scored 38 goals, and Leaf fans believe that he's going to re-sign with them for $3 million a season to do the hometown discount. If I was John, I want to stay in Toronto. Okay, cool. That's great. But I'm not taking a $3 million going from $11 million to $3 million. I would do the Brock Nelson deal, 7.5. You're talking 38 goals. He was 12th in goals scored this season. 12. He had more goals than Kucherov. He had, and in less games. He had more goals than Panarin, Caulfield, Tuck, Caillou. Like, I guess we're kind of getting low now. Okay, so Crosby, he had more goals than Crosby, which that doesn't really surprise me. Okay, let's stay back. Okay, so he had more goals than Kucherov and Panarin. That helps my cause more. You think that Toronto Maple Leafs are going to try to disrespect them and say, I'm going to give him 3? I'll tell you right now, I think a team could give him 8, 9 for at least 2 more years. Maybe give him 8 or 9 for the first 2 and a little bit less than the 3rd year or 4th year. Why not? People are like, oh, he's slowing down. Is he? He's not slowing down. He's fantastic. What else? Excuse me. What else would you want from John Tavares? Just going from his last couple years, okay? I'm just looking at his last couple years. So he scored 38 this year. He scored 29 last year, had a little bit of a down year. The year before that, he had scored 36. I don't know what you're wanting. This guy is producing at high levels. But he's going to decline. Is he? I'm not sure. Matt Duchene, only making $3 million right now? I'm telling you right now, he's going to get way more than that. I'd love to see him in a Canucks uniform. Absolutely love seeing him. All right. I want to dive into comments by you. And so I want to know, what do you think? Does age really matter? Because if we're honest, EP40, 26 years old, 11.6 million, 45 points, everyone. He had 15 goals. Did you know? Oh, I texted someone this. I texted someone this. Sam Bennett just scored his 15th playoff goal this season, and Pettersson scored 15 goals all year. This just doesn't seem like a good use of money. Just saying. All right, we're diving into comments. Callum says, Marchand the Rat stuck the dagger in the Coilers' blackened heart tonight at 37 years of age. That's nuts, right? Isn't it impressive, Callum? Alfred says, if the Panthers win the Stanley Cup on Tuesday, the Perry curse lives on. I mean, 6 finals. I'm not going to discredit him, but yeah, I get it. Rod is here because he loves the Panthers and he hates the Oilers so much, so he's cheering for Brad Marchand. I mean, as a Canuck fan, it's funny because we've like turned 4 nations. We were cheering for him to win for Canada, and now we're cheering for him to beat the Oilers. Rod says, I used to think hockey players that age were so old. Now I'm 38 myself, and it's like, it's not that old. I mean, the injury thing is a real thing. Yeah, a lot of people are saying I never thought I would cheer for Brad Marchand this season. Yeah, me neither. Green says McDavid sure hopes not, since he sure ain't winning a cup this year. Go Panthers. Woo! Mark's here. Good evening, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Sean says age definitely matters. Marchand and Perry are exceptions, not the norm. Well, I just named like 10 people. Plus, I mean, I didn't even name Claude Giroux. I didn't even name, I get it that people decline, but yeah, I just think that people are getting shocked. I mean, what you're saying here is what used to be like. Now we're seeing, I literally named 10 plus people that are breaking the barrier. I think there's a shift going on. So Is anyone actually shocked that Edmonton can't keep the puck out of their own net? I am. I just think it comes down to Bobrovsky's better than whatever goalie the Oilers put in, and the Florida Panthers have a better team. Now, we'll see. I predicted Florida in 6. So there's nothing that's really shocking me. What shocked me tonight was that all those Oiler fans that paid all that money to go to that game 5 after winning that huge game in game 4 to come home and I wouldn't say get dominated, but Florida looked better. That's what shocked me tonight. It's like, can you imagine spending all that money, Green, on a ticket? You're pumped. You're at home. You're expecting your team to win, and they come out and see Florida do that as like, that's what Stanley Cup champions. It's like Florida doesn't crack. They bend, but they don't break. It's phenomenal. This is their 3rd finals in a row. It's amazing. I agree, though. It's about having the right blend of veterans and youth. Could you imagine, though? Okay, so let's just say we're going to start from scratch with a team. And you're going to take those 3 guys. You're going to take Tavares, Matt Duchene, and Brock Nelson. Those are your 3 centers. Doesn't matter what you have on the 4th line. Then you just fill it with wingers and stuff. I mean, that is as solid as it can get, eh? That's as solid as it can get. But you're right. It needs to have a blend of veterans and youth. I agree. Angelo's also cheering for the Panthers. Jesse says, I guess it looks like the Oilers aren't looking too good after what happened tonight and sort of the series as well. I know. They're on the ropes and they're going back to Florida. That's terrible for them. Good for the Panthers, though. Yes, to be successful and older, you need a particular skill set. I agree. I think you need a good mix of both. Look at Marchand tonight. Had some great goals. I mean, great goals. I'm agreeing with you. It was great. Phenomenal. That breakaway, that was it the 3rd goal of the game? Are you kidding me? Wow, that was impressive. I mean, the McDavid goal was awesome. I would say the Marchand goal was better. Or they're the same. Let's say the greatest player in the world, McDavid, had a guy who just scored as great of a goal as he did tonight in Marchand. I mean, Angelo says Perry can hide his face on Tuesday. McDavid already touched the cup. What's the chances Perry twice in finals history? I don't know. It looks like it's pretty good. How about that assist by Podgolzin on the overtime goal by Draisaitl? Lefty all around. Podgolzin's playing great for Edmonton. So is Forsling for Florida. We've got Nate Schmidt, who used to be on our team. Like, these are former Canucks all in the finals. Like, hey, we got to send them packing. Great. Murray from New Zealand is here. Canucks fan extraordinaire. Hello. Welcome to the channel. Good to have you back. Lefty says Canucks tried to make Podkolzin a second-line player. He's a best 4th line. I mean, he was drafted 10th overall. I mean, you can't really blame him for trying, but I get it. I get what you're saying. Oh, you cursed him? Oh, gee, that's awkward. Okay, Galactic Waffle Hero depends on skill, type of player, and drive. Also, aren't a lot of wrestlers in their 40s and 50s. I don't know. I don't follow wrestling enough. I mean, their bodies, I don't know how their bodies handle it, especially with all the different enhancing stuff they take nowadays. Marchand is my man. 5'9" rock. 5'9", 37 years old, kicking butt in the NHL. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This right here, everyone. Comment of the night. Green says Ovechkin also broke his leg this year and still scored 44 goals, still was 3rd in goals, and broke Gretzky's record. Wow. Justin says age doesn't matter unless you play for the Canucks. Oh, snap. probably sad but true. It's not only age, but size. Well, Marchand's not got crazy size. Corey Perry doesn't have crazy size. I think Ovechkin, yeah, that's the exception there. Popeye says 40 is the new 29. Hey. Green says medical advancements and better training and nutrition and all the other info is why players can play longer now. I agree. That's why I made this video. Lefty says it's not uncommon. There will always be 5 to 8% of athletes who can still compete at a high level, nearing or passing the 40s. I mean, in the NFL, it's rare. I mean, it's Brady, it's Rodgers, and then who? Did Favre make it? Probably. And they're all quarterbacks that get protected a lot. Running backs don't make it to 40. That's why I'm saying it's so amazing for the NHL. Like, we're talking fast, physical, you can't hide, right? But you don't think it's a big deal to you? I think it's amazing how they're doing that now. Chris says Gordie Howe played until 52 and scored 19. John Garrett said pretty good. I would think so. 52 years old. Ovechkin is a fine wine. McDavid is a finer wine. Sure. That's a good way to put it. Popeye says the medical help and physical ed stuff, even in marching band, is now producing some really great stuff. What? In marching band? Are you talking about Marchand? Dreamers here. Good to see you, man. Even though they retired, the Sedins are in great shape. Daniel did the gross grind 11 times in a day. What? I did not know this. I don't think the Sedin twins should have retired when they did. They could have played longer. But they kind of went out while they could still produce. And all the respect to them. But they did the gross grind 11 times in 2023. Wow. Or he did. Daniel did. It's in the genetics mostly, in my opinion. Well, isn't most athletes, it's got to be genetics and working hard? And now nutrition and now training and all that stuff. So medieval life techniques, like making your own soap and with ash and rainwater, dome ovens with, what are you talking about, Popeye? I feel like I just got lost. That's hilarious. Just incredible. Everyone playing like young prime players, even if they're old, but the Canucks play like either inexperienced rookies or old guys past their best before date. Ouch. EP40 playing like a 45-year-old Jaeger. Lefty says, look at Brad Marchand. He has played a brutal, hard forechecking game his whole career, and he still has it. Genetics. I think they're just incredible athletes. All of them are. No to Duchesne, Tavares, and Nelson, even though he signed. Just no. Oh, I'm all. See, this is what I'm talking about, Green. Maybe the best idea is not just building for the future. Imagine you have Matt Duchesne as your second line center. Come on, man. He's going to give you a better opportunity. John Tavares as a second. I mean, John Tavares right now would be the first line center in Vancouver. He is better than EP40. I mean, this year he was at least. Yeah, build for the future, not just placeholders. I think they're trying to make the playoffs. So send Petey to Toronto. He's going to give them their next cup, I promise. Okay. I think that's a little overreaction there. I think that's sarcastic. We can still get better this year and remain young. Let's remember Canucks finished the year as the 5th youngest team. Yeah, it's pretty good. And faced all those injuries, all the drama, and still almost made the playoffs. Sedin's 1-year contract play on the 4th, only 44. Hey, I mean, with this video, maybe that would be a good idea. Just like some NHL D-men can come and play in their first game and play like a veteran, and you know they are sticking. Examples, Chris Tanev and Pete. I mean, Chris Tanev, I didn't even mention him. Chris Tanev? Guys, he's got a contract to play till he's 40. DPD. I don't think the age decline is overrated. It's a reality for most players in the NHL. It comes down to the mindset of how to improve performance and health on and off the ice. Yeah, maybe. Lefty, I loved Tanev the first time I saw him play, and it was in the 2011 playoffs. He has played for so long. He's faced a lot of injuries, overcome a lot of obstacles, and still playing at a pretty high level, everyone. That cliff can come at any point for guys like Duchesne. Yep, it can be. It can, but you probably were saying that about Marchand when he was 34 and saying, how much longer is he going to play? Here he is, 37, literally scoring clutch goals and helping his team get to one game. One more game is all they need to win the Stanley Cup. So, yeah, be wary, but you don't know when the guy's going to fall off the cliff. I mean, he is a playoff performer, a playoff stud. That's what he is. Bing Tang Warrior says, proven experience over age anytime. The EP40 Sting is still strong. I hear ya. Lefty says, Canucks bring in Ovechkin and Crosby, and we're making the playoffs guaranteed. Hey, I'm in. Justin says, give me 38 goals for 8 to 11 million, over 15 goals for 11.6. Good point. Who came through for Edmonton? Corey? Oh, okay, that's awkward. Corey has been playing good. Tavares almost had as many goals as Mr. 11.6 had points this season. Ovechkin had one less goal than Pettersson had points this season. So let PD age and he'll get better. Maybe. It's very possible. That's what the Canucks are open. Number 40 needs to look at some old John Wayne movies so he can understand what the meaning of the word grit is. I know he's not a gritty player. That's not his style. I get it. I'm not trying to get him to have a style that he's not. But is he a playoff performer? I'm not sure. It was a mess of the season for PD, yes. However, I think he's going to bounce back with at least 80 to 90 points next year. He's also 8 years younger than Tavares. That's amazing. Yeah. I am hoping, as you are, Green, that he's going to get 80 to 90 points next year. And if he doesn't, there's no excuses if he doesn't. Unless he gets like a significant injury, misses half the year or whatever. I really bet Buffalo is more like a Swedish. I guess you want him to go to Buffalo. Justin says, check out Skate and Scar's video. Why it sucks to be a Vancouver Canucks fan. Pretty interesting perspective, but accurate. Oh, I know why it sucks to be a Canucks fan, man. We had lots of disappointment, lots of heartbreak, lots of challenging days, lots of rioting, but we've had some good days too. So we're still got to stay faithful. Imagine how good 11.6 million would go in a place like Buffalo. Hey, there you go. I predicted Florida in 2. They've really let me down. I don't want them to buy Game 7 tickets going cheap. Wow. Line changes here. What up, Kemp? Again, appreciate the kind words there. You're welcome. I like the improvements to your channel. Think you're doing good. By the way, loving the jerseys and skates in the background. Thank you. Yeah, that one is I like those. Those are my olds. Well, not old skates. I haven't used them a ton. They almost look brand new, honestly. The amount of times I've used them lately. Yeah, the whole design is going to be different for next year. I'm looking forward to it. But good to have you here, Tyler. Mark says the fan that took off the Oilers jersey and had a Florida jersey. under it was awesome and it was hilarious. I think he was just trolling him, but yeah, anyways. The Marchand Deke was sick. It was awesome. Tyler says the fact that Ovi broke his leg, missed all that time, and still managed to break a record. Oh, man, it's nuts. Trevor Finstad, my friend, my buddy. How are you doing? Marchand is the news, Zadorov against the Oilers. Right? Facts, TLC. Okay, yeah, breaking the leg, coming back. If Florida wins the cup, I'm going to say this. I'm going to go next level. When Florida wins the cup, hopefully that means Charlotte loses the Calder Cup. Reverse psychology. Let's go. Go Abbotsford Canucks. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Absolutely. Abby is truly Canada's team. Let's go, Green. Guys like Brady, Ovechkin, Crosby are just different breed to be able to be consistent late in their careers. Tyler, you missed the beginning of this video. I posted not just the elite freaks. We're talking about a lot of players playing late in their career now. I mean, think about Nicholas Backstrom, how long he played at a high level. Didn't even talk about him. Now that he's done everything. See, he finally regressed. I mean, he regressed at what, 39? Sheesh. Papa says, I met Gordie Howe when I was 10. He skated right up to us, 3, and started talking to us. Nicest famous person I ever met. Have you met any other famous people? But I'm glad he's nice. Taryn says, it's always nice to go out on a high. Yep, that's what the Twins did, right? Can you talk about marching bands more often? Not genetics, workout. I mean, I think it's both. It's not just genetics for sure. Miller, not looking that old. He may play until he is 40. Yeah, JT Miller might. We'll see. Marchand is going to help Florida win the cup for sure. Canuck Tony says, I agree. Green says, Trev, all I'm saying is we need better than a 1 or 2 year fix. I agree. You can still draft. And get those guys in free agency and build this team. We do need young centers. I think if we keep our 15th overall pick, it's going to be a center. That's my thing. Canuck Tony says, give me Hart like Marchand any day, like Sherwood. Like, yeah, exactly. The line change. Imagine if Canucks had Marchand in the playoffs last year, might have been a different result. I mean, you can't. That scenario is hard to like figure out, but ask yourself this: Rossi or Duchesne or Tavares? I mean, Rossi comes to the Vancouver Canucks. Is he the second line center? Why does Minnesota want to get rid of him? Who in their right mind would trade a young player like that because they don't want to pay him? Apparently, they offered him 5 times 5, and he said no. So someone's going to have to pay him 7 by 7 just to. I mean, you want to pay $7 million to Rossi, and hopefully that's 7 years. He's young. He better keep producing, though. I like Rossi. He's smaller, but I like him. I hope Vancouver lands him. That's not. But I would love Duchesne or Tavares. Florida is looking great, Minor. I agree. Rossi, but would love Duchesne, though. Yeah, there you go. Tavares, I think he's going to stay in Toronto, too, but I don't think he's going to sign for $3 million like everyone thinks. You called Florida in 6? Yes, I did. PD, no, not only did I do that, I called Florida to win the Stanley Cup when the playoffs started. That's the team. If Florida wins, I win the Kempner Canucks NHL Bracket Challenge. Man, I hope they win 6. Be awesome. PD also had a problem outside of the league, right? Are you talking about the rift? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I personally think Vancouver should pursue Taves. Need a dark horse. I mean, that's not bad. Canuck Tony doesn't want Rossi. Kevin's here says McNuggets as a Canucks fan, and I'm loving it. Okay, so you're trashing on McDavid, I guess. Mike says age and speed are irrelevant compared to professionalism and a will to win. I think you still need speed. You can't be super slow, but yes. Out of context, the title is mad. Is it? Vancouver should bring back the Sedins for one more season. I'd love that. Canuck Era says, Trev, did you see the face-off that scored on She Loves and got overturned? Yeah, talked about it last night. Definitely go check that out. That was a great video that we talked about. I talked about that in at length in that video. Yeah, it was good. Everyone was talking about that last night. That and the Klimachev goal in overtime. Or at least someone like Marchand on their team to go along with Zadorov. Oh, yeah, Tyler, there you go. Talk my love language there. Zadorov and JT Miller. Hockey love language. Okay. The line change says they don't want to pay him 7 times 7. They don't like his size in regard to Rossi. Yeah. So Vancouver's going to do it. Guerin is big on size. Bill Guerin is big on size. And yes, Rossi would instantly become our number 2C. Hedl should go to the wing. I agree. Ratu and Bluger, bottom 5 centers. The bottom 6 centers, right? Unless we trade Blue for an upgrade, Suter won't be back. I don't think Suter's coming back. I'm with you. I think I have a sneeze coming on everyone. Might just in case. Don't think he can produce in the playoffs. Okay. Who? Rossi? Oh, they don't think he can produce. Yeah, you meant bottom 6. Gerard in 6? What's that? That's why they don't want him. Plus, Rossi wasn't happy about being devoted to the 4th line. Why would you be happy? All that production? That's why. Oh, sorry. That's why. Okay. I can't wait for the next Abbey game, right? It's exciting. Tavares could get a job after he retires, scraping the ice with his 5 o'clock shadow. Woo! Yes, it does. Oh, wow. That's encouraging, Brian. Welcome. Brian B, 62. 1962 or 62 years old. Speed is number 1. Speed is number 1. I don't know. Speed is important, but I think skill is more important than speed. I think you have to have a certain amount of speed, but there you go. Okay, everyone. Thank you for coming tonight. We're going to cut it a little short. Everyone kind of complains about my videos, how long they are. If I send someone my video, they're like, I'm not watching that. It's an hour long. I'm like, well, I talked for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then I answered questions for 45, 40. So I'm a man of the people. I love Canuck conversations. If you don't like that, turn it off after that. I don't know. People are pretty funny that way. So it's great to have everyone here. I appreciate each one of you. You guys and girls who are watching are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this Vancouver Canucks team in the offseason. July 1st is just around the corner, everyone. Tuesday night, Game 6 coming up. The NHL draft's coming up. There's so much content coming up. I'm pumped. Have a good night. And of course, always, go Canucks, go. Hit the like and subscribe, everyone.
What?